There may be explicit language in today's episode. Viewer discretion is advised.
They still suck! But that's later. New guest on today.
Hi.
His name's Seth.
Thanks for having me.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Seth Edmonds. Sadly, a Pirates and Steelers fan, so, always heartbroken throughout the week.
Certified yapper.
I can't help it.
Now, by the way, if anybody's wondering why I don't have the glasses on and I haven't had them on for a while, I'm protecting the glasses. Yeah, that's exactly what... I'm not BSing. I'm not lying. I'm not doing it for a show. I'm not doing it for a gimmick. Just double checking it's still recording. Yeah, dog, can you move to your right? Yeah, actually, I'm actually the one that always checks it. Because you can see it from here.
Oh, yeah, you can.
The light's red, so I can always watch it from here. But yeah, no gimmick, whatever. I'm legitimately protecting the glasses. Because that's how bad the Pirates are.
Oh, they do suck.
They're bad. But that's later.
That's later.
But we are starting off with Pittsburgh news, and that is, what in the hell is going on with T.J. Watt?
So, from what I've heard, and I'm trying to keep up with it, is that there's talk about him being traded for a star quarterback.
I wouldn't like that.
No, I wouldn't either. But the way that I see it is that if T.J. Watt leaves the Steelers, he's not going to have success. I love T.J. Watt. I just don't think it'll happen. He's getting up there in age, and whatever team he's going to, they don't have a defense. He's going to be by himself, left to dry. Pittsburgh, he actually has something. Why leave a team where you can actually keep your legacy? What's the point in that?
I think if he went to, I'll just name up 5 teams right away. If he went to the Chiefs, the Bills, the Eagles, did I say the Bills? Yeah, I said the Bills.
Yeah.
The Lions and...
Well, the Commanders would take him.
Commanders. I feel like he would flourish there, but the Steelers aren't gonna send him to a team.
No, of course
contender,
not.
So they're not gonna trade in the division. So the probably... the Raiders with Max Crosby.
Yeah. It depends on who offers, the Steelers, the most money and or, the better trade. But there were rumors about San Francisco getting him for their QB. But, I
wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't either.
I think I like Brock Purdy, but I think what protects him is the O-line and the system.
Yeah.
I think if he goes to Pittsburgh, it's going to be the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, the thing is with Pittsburgh, we still have guys on the line that can pick up TJ slack. I love TJ again, but, he's not out there by himself. We have Queen, Highsmith. We have guys that can still play at high levels just like he can. Mm-hmm. It would be ridiculous for him to leave because, one, Pittsburgh loves him. Yeah. All right? He sells the most jerseys for our team. Mm-hmm. All right? Hell, they might retire him if he does well enough. And what's the point in throwing that all away? For a little bit of a fatter check, but a worse career? I just think that's
I don't know.
stupid.
I still feel like he can still be the best defensive player in the league. But I don't know. It just depends on the situation, depends on the team. I don't know. The NFL's weird. What I do know from conversations that I've had is that it is a contract ploy. Clearly. It is clearly a contract ploy. Now, if you put me on the spot, I think they're not going to trade him. You can't. You can't trade him. Now, do I think TJ is frustrated right now? Yes, because you've been there for how long and you can't win a playoff game.
Yeah. See, the thing that I would say there is that, honestly, I feel like that falls to an institutional level with the NFL. I feel like TJ's frustrations are a little bit with the Steelers, but also with the NFL as a whole, especially because every game that I watched, not even just TJ Watt, but almost every defensive player gets held every play, and it never gets called. And the NFL, I believe, needs to crack down on that a little bit more. You know? Like, it's ridiculous. He gets double teamed. All right, he gets grabbed every single play, and they'll never call it because if they did, we'd have a holding call every play. You know? So he can't get to the QB, and if he does and he hits him, it's a roughing the passer because God forbid a QB gets hit. So it's just, I don't think they'll trade him. I think that it'll be a good year this year for the Steelers. I say that every year, but you know, you gotta stay positive.
So do I. I think no matter who the quarterback is, they're going 10-7 or 9-8 and winning losing the first round.
I mean, because we all know Mike Tomlin made a deal with someone so that he could always have a winning season.
By the way, that's staying there the entire show.
Yeah. No one's using it.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, I don't know what deal he made, but we'll always have a winning season. We can never win a Thursday night game, and we'll lose in the first game of the playoffs. That's it.
You want to know who won a Thursday night game with the Steelers?
Who?
Kenny Pickett.
Oh my! Somehow. Like.
So, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's gonna happen. Would I be surprised if it happens? No. But we'll see. We'll see. I think this came out of nowhere, so this could be a contract ploy just to get news out, just because they're waiting on Aaron Rodgers.
Oh God. We're not getting Aaron. It's fine. We're not getting Aaron Rodgers.
I kind of agree with Alex's take recently. I think you kind of put some blame on the Steelers in this a little bit. You should have given him a time frame of like, listen, if you want to be here, sign here. You don't,
just walk.
And guess what? That forces him to retire.
Yeah.
Because nobody else wants him.
No.
So this is kind of on the Steelers a little bit.
Because there's a little bit of like news / rumors of like, I believe it was Shedeur Sanders. His draft stock dropped a lot.
I don't think he's gonna fall that far.
I'm not saying he is, but
I'd take him if he falls that far. I'd take him.
I'd be happy with him.
Yeah.
But Milroe, his stock skyrocketed in the past week because he fits the mobile quarterback that every team wants, and they think he's going to be a Jaden McDaniels, but he's not. He's not.
Yeah, people watching this are going to go back to old clips of me criticizing Shedeur Sanders, saying he's not a first rounder. If his draft stock keeps falling down, I'm technically almost right. But my only criticism with him is he needs to fix the attitude. That's it. That's all he needs to do. He needs to fix the attitude. You're not in the NFL yet. You haven't proven anything. You were good in college. You wouldn't be in the position you are now. I wouldn't even, to be honest with you, I mean, well, I'm sure part of it is a good reason. And God, I need to zoom in on me a little bit. Dalton, you want to go ahead? Because I got a few things to say. You can come in here and zoom in a little bit on me.
Let him speak his truth.
Okay, is there a little part, the reason where he's at is because of his dad? Sure. But he's still a good quarterback. Yeah. I'm not doubting, I am not doubting his playmaking. I am not doubting his playmaking ability at all. I think if he's in the right system in the NFL, I think he could thrive. I think he's going to be better than Cam Ward. Well, look at the situation Cam Ward's probably going into.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Tennessee Titans.
That's very true.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
Now, talent-wise, I think Cam Ward's super talented too. I did see a stupid take earlier that I'll get to in a second. But yeah, if Shedeur's there, I mean, I like Jackson Dart just because like his last name, and if he throws darts, that's easy merch. But if Shedeur's there, you gotta take Shedeur. At least in my opinion. And none of these guys will know what I'm saying. There's only like a few people that don't understand this whatever. If the Steelers draft Shedeur, that is another successful take from Bailey once again. Not that Bailey. But yeah, so the stupid take. Here, go to the Y because I want to get Seth's facial reaction to this one. I saw a TikTok saying somebody said that if Drew Aller went into the draft this year, he would be the first guy taken off the board.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
That's ridiculous.
I know. He shouldn't even be.
That's ridiculous.
Dude, next season he's going to some team is going to be an idiot and take him next year.
Oh.
Because I don't think he's going to be good.
Don't say that. We're the idiots that would take him.
No, I'm done.
If we're taking Aaron Rodgers.
Listen, hold on. Listen, I'm gonna keep. Anytime he comes up, I'm gonna say this every single time. If we take him, listen, I'll be a team player. I'll root for him. However, if he doesn't turn out on the Steelers, if he got drafted by the Steelers, those Penn State Steeler fans better be treating him like they treated Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
then if they don't, then I know for a fact that it was just a Pitt Penn State thing this entire time with not liking Kenny.
Yeah.
So, well, other reasons too of Kenny not working out in the Steelers, but like mostly when he was at least with the Steelers while it was happening, it was a Pitt Penn State thing, and that would be the point proven there. Is what I'm trying to get across. But yeah. So, okay, moving on. We haven't talked about this real quick because we actually have a lot of stuff to talk about, believe it or not. But we do have a national champion for basketball, and that is the Florida Gators, 65-63. The last couple seconds were crazy.
Yeah.
Like Houston had a shot, but once what's the term I'm looking for? I think he walked, but he had to let go of the ball.
Yeah,
and then somebody else had to come get. Yeah, and there was nobody else around. So
because when he went up with it, someone jumped. He didn't want to shoot it, so he bounced it. But all right, it's gonna live with him forever, and he's gonna look back at it. If he would have shot that ball, he would have been fouled. If he would have shot that ball, he would have been fouled. It wouldn't have mattered. He wouldn't have blocked the ball. He would have been fouled. He could have had 2 foul shots to tie the game and take him to OT. But he didn't trust himself with it. He thought he was going to get blocked, and that's going to stick with the kid. Luckily, I chose Florida to win it all, so I'm happy, Mm-hmm. But it's going to suck for that kid for a while, Hey, that happens. But it was a weird March Madness for sure. Mm-hmm. I think the best player in the tournament this year was Cooper Flagg. He's definitely going to go number 1 in the draft if he chooses to go. I really hope he does. I think if he stays another year at Duke, it'll ruin him. I'll stick by that.
He is the most not annoying Duke star in a very long time. I hated Kyle Filipowski. Mm-hmm. I hated Grayson Allen.
Cooper Flagg just seems like a very well put together ball player, and I feel like I just can't see a future where he doesn't go number 1 draft pick, have like the best season of his life.
That light is pissing me off.
Yeah, I know. They just don't want to stay on. And, I think he'll be on top of the league for a while.
Mm-hmm. Just trying to get the play-ins. I know the Hawks are in. But don't matter, because guess what? UFC, KFC.
OKC. Lakers in 5.
Trying to make my own one.
Speaking of Lakers in 5, got playoffs coming up, don't we?
Yes, we do. That is exactly what I'm trying to get. So the play-ins are going to be the Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks. The Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat. I hope the Bulls win. And I hope Josh Giddey gets cut.
Yep.
Sacramento Kings and the somehow Dallas Mavericks.
How? How? How?
Oh my God. Imagine if the Mavericks win. Imagine if the Mavericks meet the Lakers.
I'll never watch basketball again.
Oh my God. Imagine if the Mavericks meet the Lakers in the playoffs.
I'll say it right here. If they make it past first round, I don't think I can watch the playoffs anymore. You just lost your best player in the worst trade I have ever seen in my life.
Yes.
And you still make it to the playoffs?
Golden State Warriors and the Grizzlies.
See, that one's going to be tough.
Yep.
If Steph doesn't show up, they're not making it. All right?
And then the byes are the Thunder, the Cavs, the Rockets, and the Celtics. How about the Rockets? Let's go. And then the rest of the first rounder is the Nuggets, Clippers, Lakers in 5 against the Timberwolves. Pacers, Bucks, Knicks, and how about those Pistons, man? They are the most disrespected team in this tournament.
They are. I mean, they did suck for a while,
but
they got a lot better.
But I think that. Well, here's the thing, though. We all know LeBron's the GOAT.
We all know it.
We all know LeBron's the GOAT.
We all know it.
But there were so many just topics about LeBron on First Take, and they never talked about the Pistons. They never did. Don't get me wrong, LeBron should be talked about every day.
Yeah.
But it's like every segment almost, it feels like, in the NBA, on all these sports talk shows, and nobody's talking about the Pistons. They get so disrespected. It's crazy.
Hey,
but it doesn't matter because Lakers are back.
Did you see what happened with Isaiah Thomas?
No.
About how he was talking about how LeBron was being disrespectful by warming up with his shirt off? Even though Isaiah Thomas had to go to court for, I think it was like manhandling his coach. He's talking about respect in the league.
That's crazy. But yeah, so I don't like it. Dalton, you got any good Lakers in 5 rhythms? No. Here, I'll repeat it one by one, so because like it doesn't pick up the. Oh, okay.
He's got them written down.
Oh, dear God. Episode 98, by the way. SGA? PGA? USA. Lakers in 5. Okay. I would repeat the one that Seth told me last week, but it's not very PG.
Sorry.
So. Yeah. Yeah, I can't repeat it. I really can't repeat it.
We can't do it.
I really can't repeat it.
Not on this.
Well, I can say who the first person mentioned in it because we already mentioned him, so it's fine. It's Josh Giddey. So that's the.
If
point.
anyone knows how to rhyme, you can probably guess where it goes from there.
Yeah. So, okay. Would you like to talk about the Masters?
I would love to talk about the
Okay,
Masters.
good.
Let's talk about Rory McIlroy having an outstanding round in the last half an hour. All right. He struggled a lot on day one. I think he went -1 on the front, and then he had a bogey, double bogey, in layman's terms. Not a good, 2 holes for him. But I would say that hole 15 and hole 17 for Rory would go down as some of his best performances. Okay. He forced a playoff hole. All right. Absolutely locked in on those putts that's where he struggles the most. He can bomb the ball off the tee. He can hit his irons beautifully. He just can't putt. When people compare him to Tiger, I get a little bit offended because Tiger could putt from anywhere, all right? He could be in the fairway and putt into the hole. Rory can't do that. That's where he can't perform on the green a lot. He can chip in from anywhere. He can't putt, But I would say that it was a really good Masters, especially merch-wise. So a little bit of a controversial thing they did this year, which some people loved, and people were a little bit like, isn't it supposed to be gourmet? I believe they had egg and pimento cheese sandwiches, which people were a bit confused about. I thought it was classy, and it was only like a $3 sandwich. I'd rather that than them serve lobster and steak for $50. Now, was their merch more expensive because the food was cheap? Yeah. Am I still going to buy that $130 umbrella? Yeah. I don't care. All right. I think they did an amazing job of going, hey, if you make it to the Masters this year by lottery, instead of, being able to buy a ticket, if you get pulled, they'll take you, and you get to experience the Masters. You don't have to buy the merch. All right. But you get to experience it. I thought that was great. The PGA already knows they're worth billions. They don't need to be charging people $1,000, $2,000 for a ticket, and no offense to the pros, just to watch some guy hit a ball near a hole, Enter the lottery. If you get it, you travel out there, and you have the time of your life. I think that was great.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the Masters.
It's okay. Golf isn't for everyone. I love playing golf. I'll admit, it's sometimes boring to watch.
I actually don't mind watching golf. I just didn't have time.
Really?
I just didn't have time. No, I don't mind it. It's kind of relaxing. I'm not
See,
gonna lie.
I
It's
just
kinda
watch.
relaxing. I just hate playing golf. It's so hard. Wii golf though. Shout out my Wii golfers.
I love Wii golf. I love Wii golf.
I just have too much of a baseball swing. I can't do it.
No, and I play golf.
I'm like Peter and Lois playing golf.
Did you? But you hit it in the water. I know. I hit it into the water.
It's because we're having fun. Ah! Oh, it went further than your ball.
But no, golf is. I play golf in real life. It is absolutely a very challenging game. But no, I mean the Masters was good this year. Rory definitely deserved the win. He's been chasing it his whole life, and I'm really glad he got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Real quick, just an important note. Just a little, because kind of covering a little bit of everything. I have really nothing else to add to it because I haven't really been paying attention to hockey that much recently because, Pens suck too.
Yeah,
I
they
believe
do.
I saw a stat. It was the first time in a very long time, or either the first time, where the Pens, Bruins, and Rangers all did not make the playoffs. So.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
I have been saying this. Me and Alex have been saying this since the show started. Almost, this year, 3 years ago. You need to prepare for the retirements of Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang, and Sidney Crosby. And they haven't.
No.
And they're almost done. Crosby might have like 3 more years left.
Who knows?
But this is the 3rd straight year you have not made the playoffs. Since we've said this take, they haven't made the playoffs. And we're going to keep saying it. And, yeah. So, I would have tanked for Bedard 2 years ago, but,
You know, the 3 Pittsburgh teams are reminding me of, like, some of the worst stages in people's lives. The Steelers are like that middle-aged, middle life crisis where we can't get it right. The Pittsburgh Pirates, the only star is so young that he doesn't have another choice but to be stuck with us. And then the Penguins are dementia, and they're stuck in the retirement home. You know, and I just can't believe we let it get here. Is that not an accurate take or what? Come on.
Dalton, this better be a short. This one better be a short.
You know, like I remember there was a time where they were all the superstar teams of the
city
league.
of champions.
Yes, we had it all. We could do it all. Hell, they were going to give us our own NBA team for a time, and then this happened. Ben Roethlisberger turned into a stone, and then we haven't had a good quarterback since. Sidney Crosby just stopped working, and the Pirates, Andrew McCutchen disappeared. He's like the Avatar. He went missing when we needed him the most, okay? That's what happened to us. And now we're stuck, okay? Paul Skeens is going to leave us, get paid $1 billion to play for someone else, and beat us every single time.
And like 5 rings.
Every single time.
He's going to be like the Tom Brady.
Dude, he's going to go with Shohei, and they're just going to look at us and laugh, all right? We're doomed.
Do you want to know who's due for another star player in a big contract? The Yankees. I think he's going to go to the Yankees.
You're right, and that would be even worse.
Dodgers got Ohtani. Mets got Juan Soto. The Yankees are due for one.
And it would be terrible. Mm-hmm. It would be terrible.
We're the farm system.
Because Paul Skeens is such a talented pitcher. But he didn't have a choice in wasting his talent with the Pirates, and I feel bad for the kid.
Oh, I'll get to the Pirates in a little bit.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Okay.
Don't you worry. I'm trying to see what's next. WrestleMania. Okay. I think this is a overall boring card and build, minus John Cena and Cody.
Yes.
I think that Jey Uso and Gunther has no heat, minus Jimmy getting bloodied. I think Jey Uso still sucks as a singles wrestler. And the fact that Gunther's probably going to have to drop the title to him is stupid. I'm kind of excited for Punk, Rollins, and Roman, but, like, I'm sorry. I just, like... Again, I know I've said it so many times on the show that I'm not a big fan of Punk now, but, like, obviously don't wish ill will on the guy, but, like, it's just, like, the AEW stuff really just freaking put a sour taste in my mouth with him. I'm sorry. It did. It's still CM Punk. Don't get me wrong. Promo-wise, it is still CM Punk, but, like, other than the Hell in a Cell match, can you name one notable match? Mm-mm. No, exactly.
It just feels like they've lost their excitement. You know, like it just feels like you're waiting for something big to happen, and it just never really comes.
Well, and here's the thing. Here's the thing about his AEW run. After the MJF dog collar match, can you name one match that stood out? You can't. You can't, because he had the strange match with Hangman Adam Page, which led to the downfall. Then he got hurt. Then he came back. Then Jon Moxley, which was not bad. I kind of liked it. Then, threw a temper tantrum at the press conference. Watched the press conference. I'm not using wrong terms there. Now listen, I could just be the typical internet mark that just reads what he does online and believes it. And listen, if I ever met CM Punk in person, and he is a great guy to me, I'll admit when I'm wrong. And I will admit I'm an internet mark that doesn't know what he's talking about. Man of my word, we'll do that. But from what I've seen, I don't know, just seems like I'm not wrong. So that's just where it's at. Now here's the thing though. CM Punk though, the on screen, since the Rumble, I've liked what they've done with getting him the main event of WrestleMania. Putting it in the contract for the triple threat though, not a fan, but I get it. I think the favor should have been the main event because I would have been made so much more sense, and I think I would have been fine with that. Though the way they did it with the favor was kind of like probably could have predicted that anyway. Right. Paul Heyman was gonna be in his corner anyway. But I'm excited for the three-way. What I think the only two options are for this. Okay, looking at it from this is the three options from if any three of them win. Punk wins the main event of WrestleMania, his first main event of WrestleMania, storybook ending of night one. Totally fine with that. Roman, the dumb ending, doesn't need it. 3, Paul Heyman turns on Punk and Roman and sides with Seth Rollins, the third wheel. He really is. It's like, wait. I saw a TikTok earlier of somebody was going through the night one matches and describing it to a person that doesn't watch wrestling, and he literally described it as a love triangle, but the third wheel should probably win, and the third wheel is Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
And I think Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman would be awesome and exceptional, and from what I saw on Monday Night Raw, that's probably where it's gonna go. But yeah, like I said with Punk, if I ever meet him one day and he changes my mind, I will admit when I'm wrong, and I will apologize to the man and will admit when I'm wrong. But I can probably tell you I'm probably being an internet mark. But now night 2. I'm actually interested in Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton just to see if they work together.
I think they will.
Yeah, probably. And then the main event, you got to give it to Cena.
Right. It would be ridiculous if you don't.
It's your one opportunity to give him the 17th. And if Cody wins, what was the point of turning him heel?
Thank you.
Yeah. And people are saying like it's been stagnant. No, it hasn't. I have not felt like it's stagnant at all. And I think Triple H is the most overrated booker. This is my fan opinion, by the way. Of course, I know my future and would love to be employed by Triple H. I'm just saying, from a fan point of view, it's constructive criticism. I think he's a little bit of an overrated booker to a standpoint. I think he's a good booker. But the only reason why I say overrated is because I feel like some people blow his creative out of proportion. It's not the greatest booking. There's no great there. It is. This is how I look at wrestling. It is impossible to have the best booker or the greatest booker in the. You certainly can be the worst. Don't get me wrong. You can certainly be the worst, but I don't think you can have the best because it's your preference. It's your preference. Like for example, like even when AEW was red hot in 2021, I never called Tony Khan the best booker because you can't. Certainly better than Vince.
That's a low bar.
But yeah, but yeah. So you gotta give it to John. I'm excited for the match.
It would be like kind of stupid if you didn't, you know? Mm-hmm. Well, especially because I love him. He probably doesn't have a lot of years left in him.
Who?
John Cena.
Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, it would be ridiculous if you don't, because then I don't think he would stay another year, and I think he's just going to be done, you know?
Yeah.
So what would be the point in having him at this big event, and everyone, I'm not going to say.
It's his last WrestleMania.
Right. I'm not going to say everyone wants him to have it. I would say, like, the general populace of WWE wants him to get this one.
Yeah.
You know?
So, now, people are wondering about the finish. There is one factor that people have forgotten about. The Rock.
Right.
He has not shown up since Elimination Chamber. I think they, on purpose, are making us forget about The Rock. Because I think he's going to get involved at WrestleMania. Help. Because John sold his soul.
Yeah.
The Rock wanted somebody's soul to be his champion. He, of course, why would he not get involved if that's what he wants? What was the point of Elimination Chamber of selling your soul?
Right, we haven't seen him since, have we?
No, we haven't. I think that's by design.
Yeah.
I think that's by design. I think he gets involved night 2 and he helps John Cena win, or he gets involved, whatever, and you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Randy Orton punts Cody in the head and joins John Cena.
Really?
I think Randy Orton's gonna punt Cody.
Really?
Take him out for a couple of months. Cody's gonna, because he's been nonstop the quarterback for WWE. He's gonna take a couple months off, get a little break, hang out with your family, go on a little vacation, then come back, take the title from Cena at SummerSlam. Cena's redemption, turns face, retires as a face, probably loses to Gunther in the last show of the year.
Yeah.
Because the Saturday night's main event's the last scheduled show of 2025, and it's in Boston. So,
Yeah.
well, as it obviously should be. So that is my prediction for WrestleMania.
We'll see.
So yeah. So, God, do I have to?
Yeah.
God damn it.
I know. The Pirates.
I'm not even looking at stats or scores. I don't care. Nobody. I'm pretty sure.
What scores?
Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure the highest batting average is like 230.
Oh God.
Everybody, the average batting average right now, I believe, is 200.
Huh.
I could be wrong about this. He needed to go. I could be wrong about this. I'm prefacing this. I probably am wrong about this. There is a good chance that after last year, I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. There is a part of me that feels like Andy Haynes wasn't the problem.
I kind of want to agree with you on that one.
To an extent.
Like, I mean.
To an extent.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with his philosophy of so many pitches taken.
Oh my.
I didn't agree with that. But I feel that part of me feels that, God bless Dalton. He just sent me a bunch of stats about the Buccos. 5-11, fifth in the NL Central, 3-game losing streak, 50 runs, ranked 27 and off. Okay, offense. OPS, 562, ranked 30th. Batting average. Oh my God. Don't cover your eyes.
I know.
Brace yourself. You know what? It's so bad. I'm holding on to this.
Oh.
184.
Oh, God.
Ranked 30th.
Oh. How?
Home runs, 10. Ranked 26th.
What do you think makes those other teams different than us?
Listen. I actually had really no intention. I literally just put the Pirates in just in case. I really didn't have much intention of going into detail with the Buccos today. However, Dalton, you might want to. Remember what I said about the little road glasses? This is why. Bob Nutting said, and I'm basing this off of a tweet that Cody tweeted earlier, which, by the way, he had a funny tweet yesterday. He said, I couldn't even trust Derek Sheldon to make a grocery list for me. That was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Shout out Cody Duncan. Bob Nutting says he's pretty mad about the start. You're mad. Brother, you're the reason for this. You kept Ben Charrington. You kept Derek Sheldon. You refuse to spend money. You refuse to listen. You don't care. You don't care. You say that you've provided everything that you've had for this team. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. The lineup is like a year 2 rebuild. We're in year 6. What do you mean you've provided the tools? Why do you think everybody's saying sell the team? Because you're not trying. That's the point. Why do you think everybody's following you to your suite yelling sell the team? Because nobody wants you here anymore. We don't want your daughters in charge when you die. I don't care. I'm not cutting that out. I don't care. Nobody wants the Nuttings in charge. Nobody. Not you, not your daughters. Nobody. Nobody wants you in Pittsburgh anymore. I'm sure you're a great guy. I'm sure you have a wonderful, lovely family. But nobody wants you in charge. How do you not see that? How are you that oblivious? Or is it you don't care? Because guess what? I know you don't. From what I know. You want to know what I know?
I want to know.
He knows exactly what's said about him. And he doesn't care. He still owns the Pirates because it's cool to own a major league team. Oh, look at me, I own a major league team.
That's 5-11.
5-11. 184 average combined. Bottom of the league. Year 6 of the rebuild. Best pitcher in the league. And you still can't do anything.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It is. It is. Andrew McCutchen's probably in his last year, and this is how you treat him.
And somehow he's one of our best batters.
You paid Brian Reynolds and Keith Brian Hayes a lot of money to stay, at least for your standards, and you refuse to help him. I don't even blame Brian Reynolds for not even having a hot start. Dude, you don't get any help. Who cares?
I'm begging you. If you ever see this, just know, we want you to sell the team. All right?
You can't help anymore. You're not helping. You're not helping. And we know you refuse to help. Listen, if he sold the Pirates, he would have more money than he would ever have.
Right.
And with the amount he spends, anyway, it doesn't matter. He'd be set for life for selling the Pirates. So sell the Pirates. Why are you keeping them? Nobody wants you here. Hell, if you want to make an agreement with the person, because I know, and I will give Bob Nutting credit a little bit. He does exceptional work for the Pirates charities. Even though you got rid of the bricks.
Oh, yeah.
I still stand by my take about the Roberto Clemente thing on the wall, even though they put it back. It really was not that big of a deal.
No.
They literally put that. It's still 21 is still on the wall.
Right.
And also they put the Clemente name on the wall just to fill a spot on the wall.
Right.
It's really not that big of a deal. It was really not that big of a deal.
I think people were just looking for something to be more pissed at him for, which is
that's fine.
understandable.
I would love.
Exactly.
I'm not complaining.
See, the problem is the Pirates team feels like a charity right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, great, you can give away all the money. You're also giving away the team, giving away our record. You know, like, we can tell you're not trying. You know, but we have to hope that, you know, the city of Pittsburgh and the people of Pittsburgh, you know, do what we did with Matt Canada. If you yell loud enough and you get pissed enough, they'll get rid of him. All right, that's what you gotta hope.
This is the Pirates starting lineup tonight.
Oh God, don't.
Leading off, O'Neal Cruz, center field. Finally, you put a guy that should probably be a batting leadoff there.
Yeah.
Batting second, DH. Reynolds, obviously, his spot. Third, right field, Kutch. Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Valdez at first, batting fourth, who has 0 home runs, and he's the cleanup. Key Brian Hayes, batting fifth, playing third. Catching, Andy Rodriguez. Then left, Tommy Pham. Then old Adam Frazier, second base, batting eighth, and batting 9, IKF at short. And then, of course, it's Paul Skeenstate.
So, you know what? I can't wait to see how this plays out.
That's actually one of the better lineups I've seen, and that's a low bar.
Which is crazy. A guy with 0 home runs is on cleanup. But do you think that's because they suck at making the list, or that they think no one's going to get on base anyways?
No one's going to get on base.
Yeah, no one's going to get on base. McCutchen may make it to first, but cleanup's going to strike out.
Kutch is still one of our best hitters.
Which is
38.
crazy. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. Listen, also another thing I gotta say. If you bat Jack Sawinski off one more time. No. This isn't even a game anymore.
It's not funny anymore.
It's not funny anymore. How many chances does this guy get? I will keep saying this on this show until he is DFA'd. How many chances does he get? Any other team, and he's playing like this. He's gone.
He's gone.
He'd be gone. He would have been gone 2 years ago. So once again, how many chances does he get? I don't get it.
And why?
I don't get it. He does one decent thing, and he's in the lineup for the next 5 games. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Oh my God, I hate this team.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. Well, especially because right as soon as we lose Skeens, it's just more downhill from there. Because if he doesn't sell the team by the time Skeens is gone, we're not going to be 5-11. We're going to be 0-16. If we lose another game, we have the worst record in MLB history, I believe, at the start. So, what's happening?
Rob Manfred wants to pressure the freaking Rays owner to sell the team. Brother, how do you not see what Bob Nutting's doing and not pressure him?
Right.
Seriously.
Like the Pirates are his own personal piggy bank. What? He's not running it like a baseball team.
How is this a major league team, by the way?
Right.
How is this allowed? It's freaking awful, dude.
It
Just
is.
freaking awful. I've never seen this team in such bad shape. This is year 6 of a rebuild, and I would have rather took one of the 100 lost seasons than this.
Yeah.
Because at least I had fun just watching garbage, but I know we were supposed to be garbage. This is the year we're supposed to be good. But guess what? We refuse to get any bats in the offseason. I still like the rotation, even though I don't know why Majinski has the 5th spot. Still boggles my mind. Bailey Falter, okay. So then, recall Harrington, let him pay his dues. He's going to struggle a little bit. He's a rookie. Also, I don't know. Maybe call up Bubba Chandler. You did the same thing with Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. The freaking Altoona Curves ran better than this goddamn team.
That's a low bar. That's a really
The
low
Erie
bar.
Seawolves ran better.
They could probably beat the Pirates.
Probably.
No.
Love me some Erie Seawolves.
Right?
Give him Howie Lee back, maybe.
Ooh.
Give him Jackson Jove back.
Ooh.
Give him little Troy Milton. Huh? Little
See-
Trey Cruz doing a little skipping up at the plate.
For a little bit, I'm just going to try my best to ignore the Pirates and just try and enjoy the NBA playoffs and the NFL draft.
Jake Holt's another one.
Because, well, actually, really quick, to call back.
What's that tall ginger guy? Oh, another Chris Meyer, Ben Malgeri,
Oh,
Ben
yeah.
Malgeri, Brady Allen. Oh, I'm blanking on another name. I can
We've had a lot of good
I
players.
can see his face, but but then you go to the Tigers. It's like, what do we?
I don't know. But I know that the world is going to explode over the NBA's MVP race this year.
They played great last year.
Because SGA is probably going to get MVP when he doesn't deserve it because Nikola Jokic beats him in every other category. He's only 2 points behind SGA and at least half the free throws. You know.
Yeah. As for the Atlanta Hawks are in the play-in, they're probably going to lose. So that's all I'm going to add to it. Now, if they win, they're probably going to Cleveland to get swept. So,
Oh yeah.
I think. Yeah.
We already know that the Lakers own the Timberwolves. I mean,
Dude, I really want the Lakers and Mavericks to the playoffs so
dude,
bad.
bad.
I
would be befuddled how they
so
get there.
So bad. And then you want to know what would be so funny if the Lakers sweep the Mavericks.
Oh yeah, dude, what? See,
Lakers and yeah, but then actually, the Lakers are only allowed to win in 5 in all the series.
we made the rule. See,
well, no, Shannon Sharp made the rule. We're just following it.
but the thing is, now LeBron has more help. Not that he needed it, because he's the GOAT, but
Hey, LeBron, we're good.
we love you.
We love you. You're still great. You can stay. But
Play until you're 50.
we're good.
All right. See, but what are they gonna? What are the Lakers gonna do when Luka retires? How are they gonna build around LeBron?
They'll probably somebody else will probably make a stupid trade. And then,
They will.
Yeah, and then yeah.
But no, I mean, because LeBron, he can have a night where he drops low numbers for himself, like 30, and Luka will pick up the slack and drop 50. And if Luka doesn't do it, Austin Reeves will.
Yeah, I love me some Austin Reeves.
Right? That boy can play.
Yeah.
Maybe Bronny's Lejeans will kick in and he'll drop 30. If we're lucky.
Start on that. All right. The next episode is 99. And after that's 100. Which means the show's done in the studio. Maybe. Ooh, a little tease. Ooh. Stay tuned. But yeah, at least for regularly for me. I mean, Alex already got his goodbye. So in a couple weeks it'll be mine. So dude, I remember the first Borough Tailgate Talks. Just coming in here, didn't know how this was going to go. Probably going to be a 5-week thing with my Kenny Fake Slide jersey. Of course, I ended that show with Pirates Rant too. Then hours of content later, 2 years later, we're still doing the same thing. Yeah, I'm also trying to get everybody to come back for 100. Like, not obviously Alex will be here too, but like I'm trying to get like Haley, Richie, Nathaniel to come back. Which if Richie and Nathaniel come back, Dalton, it's gonna be interesting. We got 3 switcher, 4 because of Joe, so we're gonna have 4 switcher guys. Okay. We'll find. See, we're gonna make 100 probably like the best ran production of the show of all time. We're probably gonna give the switcher to because Richie did most of the switcher work since we've started. So I feel like we would have to give it to Richie, but then Nathaniel runs it the best. No, it's Nathaniel knows how to work every piece of equipment in this studio. Is my point. Haley will definitely be on audio. Probably put. Well, Joe. Okay, no. Joe's normally Joe started as the floor director, so he's got to be out here. So Joe will be out here. Haley will be on audio. You'll probably be out here too, being the second floor director. And then between Richie and Nathaniel, who's ever's not running the switcher, will probably record and use the teleprompter. Probably. I don't know. That's 3 weeks away, but still, the end is near. It's crazy, considering you just look at the accomplishments. Like I said, I thought we were gonna do 5 weeks of this, and then we were gonna stop. We interviewed the Cavs PA announcer, a CFL coach, a CFL player, got on TV twice, interviewed a lot of the Edinburgh athletes, interviewed coaches, gonna shoot film at the Edinburgh spring game. And we're still here. And the show's not done. By the way, anybody watching this and whoever approaches me, the show's not done. It's not done. It's just done. It's probably done here on a regular basis for now. But no, the show regularly. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Just less frequent. And probably in the summer, just whenever me, Alex, and Dom feel like it, is probably what it's going to be. So, yeah. So, I was thinking about this. I feel like, and I told him what to say with the paper toss, but I feel like there's a better catchphrase for you to say to close this out. Send it.
UFC, KFC, and OKC. Lakers in 5.
Ooh, that's pretty solid.